Hello everybody, and welcome to Wounded Healer Tarot. My name is James, and I'll be doing your reading today. This particular reading is for the sign of Virgo. Now this is also a you versus them reading, so first I'm going to look at your person's energy, and then I'm going to take a look at your energy towards them. Now first up here, we're going to take a look at your what energy your person is currently embodying, for which they got the earthworm, which represents a sort of like beginner mentality in a sense. Now if I could just find it in the book, here we go. All right, earthworm. Shy, hesitant, reluctant to share inner vision. We have all felt the woes of the earthworm at some point along the way. The earthworm indicates a newbie or novice working to establish confidence in a new field. Others around you may seem wise and inexperienced, but it's important to remember they once felt earthworm energy too. This card is a reminder not to be intimidated or lose hope. Mastery takes time, and you're on the right track. Besides, rumor has it, a beginner's mind offers the most valuable insights. When in balance, earthworm energy is earnest, intelligent, and valuable. When out of balance, earthworm energy is self-conscious and apprehensive. To bring earthworm energy into balance, you need to speak up and risk embarrassment. Interesting. So maybe your person is starting something new, maybe like career-wise or even hobby-wise, honestly, but it's like they can be very self-conscious, about it. So maybe they don't talk about it that much, or they could be like very, just like a shy person in general. And maybe you guys met through whatever it is, like maybe it's work or both work and a hobby they're turning into work, or the both of you are turning this hobby into work, and you're kind of like bonding through that. But you may be further ahead, or maybe a better way to put it is like you're more experienced, which makes them feel like even more of a noob. So they're like more in that like shy, apprehensive energy. But anyways, now we are going to take a look at their current feelings towards you. All right. Virgo's person's current feelings towards them, please. Just one more cards. That just came tumbling on out there. One more card, please. One more card for Virgo's Virgo's person's current feelings towards them. Oh boy, my brain today. Virgo's person's current feelings towards them. One more card, please. Well, we have the Virgo card out here, but they are not the Virgo. They are Virgo's person. So that's quite interesting. But regardless, here we have the Seven of Wands. We have the Moon. and the Hermit. Mm, I want to say this individual, okay, they are feeling a bit defensive here because they don't know. Maybe they don't exactly know how you feel, if you feel anything for them at all. Um, and to them, it's like they may not be comfortable with taking a shot in the dark because of past experiences. So with the Hermit, they're just maybe isolating, staying to themselves. Maybe they're not as talkative as usual. They may even be a little bit confused here. Now, at the bottom of the deck, we have the Death card, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Ace of Swords. So I'm getting the vibe here that your person wants to like they want to put in work with this with this in this connection here. Like with death, they want to like it's going to require some sort of transformation in order for them here to put work into this connection here with you. And a part of that with this Ace of Swords is like finding some sort of clarity through like an inner truth, right? I feel like this is just as much, about them healing here with temperance underneath that so that you guys can have this soul mate connection type thing here with the lovers. All right. Now we're going to take a look at your person's current intentions towards you. All right. Whoa, that was quick. Hopefully you didn't hear my stomach there. All right. So first up here we have the Daughter, aka Page of Cups, the Fool, and the Three of Swords. Now, I do not believe that Three of Swords has anything to do with you. I feel like it has to do with this person's past and their experiences when it comes to love and relationships. But with that Page of Cups and the Fool, I feel like this person, they want to take a leap of faith towards you. They want to maybe even make like some sort of like small offer here. And honestly, like even with like a small offer that could be something like, just putting out there that they have these feelings for you or that they're starting to gain feelings for you. And that for them, with the Fool out here could feel pretty risky because of this Three of Swords, because of their past experiences when it comes to love and relationships. And with that red thread wrapped all around those swords, like I'm getting that they've had some pretty intense soul ties here. And that could even possibly represent the need to break said soul ties before this can even become anything. Now, at the bottom of the deck, we have the Three of Cups, the Father, aka King of Cups, and the Seven of Cups. Wow, for all of that to be cups. Yeah, I'm kind of getting the vibe that this situation might make them feel like maybe a little unstable or a little uncrazy. Maybe like, they might feel like they are getting a vibe from you, but they're not entirely sure. And because of what they've been through in the past, with that sort of stuff, like there could have been a lot of illusions when it comes to their past relationships, past connections, anything that had to do with love. So they tend to question themselves because they may not trust themselves because of things that have happened in the past. But with that Three of Cups to the King of Cups, I feel like they definitely like to you know, if they drink, maybe they'd like to, take you out for a drink, or they'd like to go out for drinks with you, and while drinking, they could end up spilling these feelings or these emotions, and I feel like, that could maybe they need to be a little bit liquored up to express things. But either way, I feel like that, they want to express these things that they're feeling so that, they can just see if they're actually crazy or not. Like, see if the vibe that they're picking up from you is what's actually going on here. All right, lastly, we are going to take a look at what actions, if any, they will take towards you. Mood. All right. Oh, that was quick. All right, one more card for for what action Virgo's person may take towards them at this time. If you hear the dogs barking in the background, I apologize. This mic is honestly pretty good with noise canceling in the background. Like the big light that I'm using here makes a decent bit of sound. Excuse me. And then I also have my air purifier on, which is usually pretty noisy in the background with any other microphone that I've used. But this one seems to block those out. So hopefully it's blocked out my stomach sounds and the dogs. All right. Ooh, hello. All right. So here we have the Three of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, and the Queen of Wands. Very curious. I'm getting the vibe that this individual, like they may come forward, but more in a sense of like working with you on like something like maybe business wise, because they see, that you're very good at this. You could be very abundant. You could own your own business. But with that Queen of Wands, you really stand out to them. You're looking really good. You're a tasty little snack, okay, in their eyes. And, I get that they really enjoy the fact that you don't give a fuck what other people think. And these are qualities that make them feel comfortable with you. So maybe they're a little weirdo. And you're a little weirdo too, and y'all are being a bunch of little weirdos together, and they're really enjoying that. And that's a quality in you that they really enjoy. You're not afraid to be a little weirdo, so you would probably not feel like you may not want them to change, I guess, in a sense, which could have been an issue in past relationships. Maybe people like weren't really open about being with them because they were like weird or whatever, and that wasn't acceptable. But with you, like you have not acted that way at all. Maybe you guys have like hung out in public together and like you've met spoken to other people together and didn't like leave them out in a sense. Interesting message. But at the bottom of the deck here, we have the Six of Swords. We have the Nine of Pentacles. And the Ace of Wands. Hello. Yeah, with that Six of Swords, I'm getting the vibe that, they want to move past the bullshit of their past, right? They want to move past all of that because I'm getting the vibe that you have the qualities that they are looking for in an individual. And a big one for them is that Nine of Pentacles, independence. You may have even possibly recently gone through some sort of glow up, which, the Nine of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands definitely give that vibe. But again, that those two energies together also represent like a lot of independence, authenticity. With that Ace of Wands, they're very, very passionate about you. They may even want to do certain things with you if you catch my drift. Can't really talk about that stuff here on YouTube without getting in trouble. And I don't need that for my channel. But also, underneath all that is the Sun, aka Knight of Pentacles. So this individual, this may take a little bit of time. They could be a bit slow moving here. All right. Now that we're done with your person's energy towards you, now it's time to flip it and go take a look at your energy towards them. BRB. All right. Welcome back, Virgo. Now we're going to be taking a look at your energy towards your person. Oh, that was quick. At the bottom of the deck here, for what energy you are currently embodying, we have the Phoenix, which really stands out. You've definitely gone through a major transformation here. You may be acting all brand new and shit, which is awesome. But your card that flipped for the energy you're currently embodying is Elephant. And I've never gotten this card before, so I'm very curious to see what this is about. It's fire energy too, which is interesting. Here we go. Unstoppable, auspicious, and wise. The elephant is arguably the most auspicious figure in the deck. Like Ganesh, the elephant represents immense wisdom as well as good fortune. It is said that the great elephant is the destroyer of obstacles. So if this card appears when you feel stuck, rest assured the path will soon become clear. To add to the mystery, the elephant is also known to create obstacles in order to steer us in the right direction. Trust this gentle, noble creature. It illuminates the way with the light of self-knowledge. When in balance, elephant energy has one pointed focus, is generous and loving. When out of balance, elephant energy misunderstands fate. To bring elephant energy into balance, it requires trust. Interesting. You may be somebody who has a very good luck, to say the least. And it makes a lot of sense that you come across here as very wise. You could be feeling stuck. And this is this could represent the fact that whatever obstacle is in front of you will soon be cleared, leading you on the right path. Interesting, I enjoy that. or rather, I enjoyed that wrong tense. All right, now we're going to take a look at your current feelings towards your individual, your person. I almost said Leo. Well, maybe they're a Leo or they have a Leo placement in their chart. But Virgo's current feelings towards their person, please. Do you feel like this person is toxic? Do you maybe feel that they're a bit manipulative or something? Because we got the devil out here. Either that or you see them as like healing toxic things. Right, one more card for Virgo's current feelings towards their person. Okay, yeah, no, you definitely you see that more as, you know, they're healing from toxic connections, relationships, whether it's like platonic, familial, or romantic relationships, with which makes a lot of sense because in their reading, okay, first I just have to talk about the fact that you just got the same exact cards at the bottom of the deck as they did, just in a different order. I believe that this was here, and this was the order that your person got them in their feelings at the bottom of the deck. So I'm just going to put that back down now and try to focus. All right, so we have the devil, which is giving me the vibe that, you know, you see this person as healing from toxic people who are probably narcissistic manipulators. And then we have the daughter, aka Page of Cups, which I believe they had in their intentions towards you. Interesting similarities. And then also underneath what was already at the bottom of the deck was that Nine of Pentacles. So with that, we have the Daughter of the Cups and then the Daughter of the Cups. Oh my God, words. What's going on right now? The Daughter of Cups, and then we have the Sun. A very interesting image, I know. Um, yeah, you know, you could see this person as very like, they have like a very young, childlike energy, or maybe they're a little bit immature, but I'm definitely getting more of just like a creative, young, childlike energy where like they just go for things, right? And whereas that may be impulsive, it's more like innocent, you know what I mean? Now, with the sun, this person really genuinely does like bring joy and happiness to your life. So now let's talk about these cards at the bottom here. The Six of Swords, Death, and the Eight of Pentacles. Now to first off have the Eight of Pentacles and the Death card here. It's like, it's looking to me like you both want to transform this situation and put in the work and move on from past bullshit. And then also to have that Nine of Pentacles down there. You know, you really enjoy that um, they let you have your independence. They could not be like very smothering or like up your ass, right? They may not be texting you 24/7, trying to find out where you are, who you're with, what you're doing. They could give you a lot of freedom. They could let you, you know, have like they let you like live your life without feeling like tied down, I guess I would say in a sense. All right, now we're going to take a look at your current intentions towards them. Virgo's current intentions towards that person, please. Oh, okay, with the Two of Cups. Hello, hello. Really feeling that soul type connection here, are you? Hmm. I mean, they are too, so I'm not even gonna play. This is seeming like it could be a very reciprocal situation, but I feel like it's gonna take some time for this person to really get to know you and not only trust you, but themselves. And it's not like you've given them a reason to not trust you. It's just residual bullshit from their past relationships where, you know, if somebody doesn't trust themselves, what makes you think they're gonna trust you? You know what I mean? It's not a you thing, it's a them thing. They have to work on trusting themselves more. Why? Interesting. All right, let's see what is at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so I already showed that. We got the Two of Cups. Then there is the Seven of Wands. Then the Nine of Wands and Nine of Swords. So with that, I want to say here that, you know, regardless of the fact that you do feel this, or not regardless, you know, you feel this, you know, strong soul tied to them. With this Seven of Wands, I feel like, you know, excuse me, you intend to let your guard down in hopes that will make them feel a little bit more safe and like they can start letting their guard down. Now, with this Nine of Wands and Nine of Swords, this situation, it can definitely give you a little bit of anxiety because you can tell like this person, they're a little damaged. Okay, let's be real. They've got a lot of shit from the past to work on, but you know, as far as your intentions with the Nine of Wands and the Nine of Swords, I feel like, you know, you intend to make this easier on them. And, you know, with that, you know, you're trying to ease the anxiety that they feel because you know that they've been through so much and you understand, you know, what they're feeling. You honestly could have been there as well yourself. All right, so the cards that were at the bottom of the deck here are the Sun, aka Knight of Wands, the Daughter, aka Page of Pentacles, and the Five of Pentacles. I feel like with that, you know, you have the intention to move like sort of like fast and passionately, or you know, you could it could kind of come off like you're rushing things because of the passion. And with that Page of Pentacles, you know, you could also be trying to be like, oh God, I hope you didn't just hear my stomach. That was horrible. Hmm. You know, with this page and Five of Pentacles, I feel like that's you really trying to comfort them and let them know that you're not going anywhere. You're not going to disappear like other people. Like they can take their time to feel out the situation, and they can take their time to become comfortable because you're not going anywhere. You're here. Yes, you're here for a good time, but I feel like you also intend to stick around. You intend to be here, stay here, and build with this person, because underneath all of that, we have the Ten of Wands and the Ten of Cups. So that gives me the vibe that, you intend to lay down the burdens here. You want to help this individual feel less burdened, whether it's by this connection or just in general in life. Because with that Ten of Cups, you see a future with them. You see yourself, like possibly even like having a family with them, getting married, like stuff like that. Like you could be very sure. And, it's not like they aren't sure, they just have been through a lot that causes them to be very cautious when they feel so intensely towards somebody. All right, now lastly, we're going to take a look at what actions, if any, you will take towards them. All right, let's see. What actions, if any, will Virgo take towards their person? Justice jumped up and made itself known, so, you may feel like, how do I put this? That Ten of Cups just came out again. Yeah, with that Justice card, I want to say that, you, in a sense, intend to right all the wrongs that this person has experienced. Then we have the Three of Pentacles. They also had the Three of Pentacles. And what action, if any, they would take towards you? Oh, come on. Then you have the King of Swords. Oh, and there is Justice at the bottom of the deck. Interesting. Okay. So, ow. Alright, sorry about that. Um, I'm getting the vibe here that eventually you're going to speak up here with that King of Swords energy. You're going to be very direct, and you're going to be operating from a place of like logic as opposed to emotion or from the heart. And you're going to explain to this person here like what you feel like you guys can have together. Now you can feel like you guys could work together in business. Maybe you will create a business together, a partnership in that sense. But also with that Ten of Cups, you're also going to be explaining to them like the kind of future that you can see you guys having, which includes marriage, ultimate emotional fulfillment, so to speak. But out at the bottom of the deck, as I showed you, we have Justice, the World, And the tower, damn right, that's going to be a tower for them. This is gonna feel like a very karmic but positively karmically charged change of cycle that's gonna shake shit up for the both of you, but especially for this person because this person is used to people leaving here with this Eight of Cups, and then they go into that hermit mode where they isolate and they cut themselves off from everybody and everything. But here with this Six of Swords, the Emperor, and the Death card, this is something that I feel like you're gonna empower them to feel like they're in this like Emperor energy here, and that's going to fuel this major transformation within them and probably within the connection, helping them to move past the bullshit in their past. And then that will allow you guys here to both put in this work on this connection with that Eight of Pentacles. Well, Virgo, that was a very intense read in my opinion, but in a good way. So, these are the messages that I have for you at this time, and I do hope they serve you well. Be gentle with yourselves, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye now.